You have many tools in, let's say, your professional life where you leverage GPT. Do you have any examples where you also leverage the same tools in your personal life?
Obviously, it's like a supplement, right?
Mhm.
The most effective
Yeah.
it was like when I was learning Spanish in live sessions in Peru. But the second best thing is actually to tailor those interactions with custom GPT. So yeah, I would just say, okay, that's my level, that's the topic, let's go deeper. And he would be so supportive in terms of like explaining the different issues that I would have or like the mistakes I would make, the examples. And what's more interesting is that they also introduced like voice.
Mhm.
So its ability to interact with you, not through text, right? Because it's very dry if
Yeah.
you interact through text, but when you speak. So it was able to speak with me. The first time I heard it, it's like wow, it's like movie Her, something like that, or we're going there. However, with the languages, it's ability to speak directly and get his inputs, and then you hear the GPT speaking. So at the time, I thought, oh my God, this is like totally a killer for all the learning language apps. But what's interesting is that the way that companies are responding. So, for instance, I use Duolingo as well for language learning, or let's say different words. And now, instead of GPT killing Duolingo, because everybody wants like interactive experience in their languages, it's actually Duolingo incorporating in their application GPTs. So that means that behind the scenes, they would have something to customize your language learning. So different scenarios, be that ordering at a restaurant, checking in a hotel, different scenarios that you might have when traveling. And they are following the script, but not the all of the interactions are unique. So basically Duolingo introduces that, similar to something like Khan Academy, right? So they are doing Khan Migo, where they are impersonating like Napoleon and then talking as if he was in those battles and able to explain. So ChatGPT gives a glimpse about how you can use for your own purposes, and then some of the companies takes it and puts it to another level, right? And I think that's like the applications that we'll probably talk about. But this is the way I used it for, let's say, language learning, and I use for other purposes as well.
From this learning perspective, I have one random insight, which is like when you drive a car and use, let's say, I don't know, Google Maps for navigation, yeah? And when you make a mistake, the navigation system is very, very forgiving. You know, you can make 10 mistakes in a row, and it will still show you the best way to get to your destination. And this, for me, it's also a very similar feeling when you chat, for example, with ChatGPT with voice, and you try to learn something, and you make 5 mistakes in a row. And this assistant is very forgiving for you. You know, it will repeat 10 times. If you are making the same mistake, you don't get this experience even with the best coach, you know, because it kind of, the system is very forgiving. It's with you. So it's kind of very interesting experience. I don't know if you share some of similar insights.
Yeah, for sure. I think that this is definitely one of the benefits of, in general, like AI systems or like machines, is that they can be tailored to your liking, and yeah, they don't get tired. They still are super exciting, and you can tailor it the way you want. You can like program as if it's like a dog, super exciting all the time, and still tries to teach you, right? Although, I mean, it will ask you, okay, you did this example already. Do you want to move on, or you want to repeat it, right? So this is already inbuilt in certain language models. However, it definitely gives you like a safe ground, right? To test the different ideas, to try to learn, to fail. I think for a lot of people, it is really being uncomfortable making mistakes or failing, right? And if you do that with other people, or when you are surrounded by people, those mistakes are really weighs on you. So I think the best of the best learning experiences is about really eliminating that fear of failure, creating safe environments, etc. So the best experience for me at least, is still like very live with the best of the people. And Gen AI is probably, it's not a promise that he will replace the best of the best teachers, but he will empower a lot of to be just as good or close to that, to being that good, and empower a lot of people, right, to do that. So it's very hard to find, let's say online, the teacher that you're truly connecting, because then you can't really change their style. But then it would be possible to do that with learning with GPTs, right?